Ordered us the wrong pizza. Don't regret. If you don't have this, if you've never had this, if you've always wanted this or never wanted it, if this used to be your reality and now it's not for whatever reason, and now you're left with feeling like nothing. It's pretty hard, and it's okay. And now for part 2. Here are just some tips, some ideas that you could do to just have an amazing summer, to make you feel better, hopefully. So I have no idea if you're an introvert or an extrovert. I have no idea if you're from a small town or a big city, but you could totally integrate some of these ideas into your life, into your summer. The first little thing that you could do for yourself at home, cook something up, bake something, make yourself a meal. Sometimes when I feel like nothing, it's because I haven't accomplished anything. And sometimes my biggest accomplishment in the day is I made myself food. Whether it's a healthy meal or you decide to treat yourself. I made some pancakes. And the other thing with cooking, with baking, it's a process, and you start with little ingredients and you make something great. And you know what? Sometimes you're gonna fail. Sometimes you're gonna make something and it's gonna be crap. But you know what? At that point, what you can extract from that is you got out of bed. So why not cook something up? And the next thing is very simple but very hard. Be grateful, be thankful. There is at least one thing that you could be thankful for. Whether you have one friend or one family member that you could turn to, that one sibling that they just get you, your pet. Because on some of the lowest days, the only thing that can get me into better spirits is finding things to be grateful for. Another big thing being a teenager is friends and the feeling of having no friends. If you only have one friend, if you don't have any friends, you have 0 friends. You are me, myself, and I. Truly. Kinda goes off track, but don't sell yourself short. Don't just go along with people just so then you have friends. Find people that actually love you and care about you, and you love and care about them the same way. And yeah, it's hard. It freaking sucks not having people around you. Oh my goodness. It's so unbelievably crushing, and that stuff tears you apart inside when you're just waiting and you're waiting and you start questioning who you are as a person. Is everything wrong with me? Am I the reason I can't make friends? It's such a long journey. It's such a long journey until you can find some friends. But the one thing that I can say is just don't settle for less. And if you have no friends, let me just tell you, social media is one of the biggest gifts this generation has. Of course, social media has its downfalls, and I could go on and on about that, but really, social media, it's a media where we could be social with one another. You can turn to it, and I think it's a very viable option. You could potentially find a friend, so why not take a chance? Also, there's me. If anyone ever wants to just comment, say something, say hi. Honestly, hi. And the next thing is to do what you really just want to do. If all you really care to do today is just lay in bed and sleep, then do it. At least you know in your head that you want to sleep and that you're in control, so you are going to sleep. The next thing is just express it. Whether you write it down, cry it all out, punch it all out, yell it all out. Find just a way to just exert, to just express that energy outward. Burn that energy off. My number one is I cry it out. Whenever I find myself in those low points, I feel like nothing, I cry it out for sure. And I love to write. I love to journal. So that's something that really helps me stay emotionally okay. And yeah. The next thing that you can do is just get into something. Find an interest that maybe you've wanted to do for so long, or something new. Because maybe the reason you're in a funk right now is because you've been hindering this one thing that you've always wanted to do, and that makes you feel crappy. That is what's making you feel like nothing, and maybe the one thing that's gonna make you feel better is just chasing it. And I know it's scary, I know it's freaking scary, but maybe that's what you need to do. It's just to go for it. Another random activity, maybe paint. Do some art. Doodle. Sometimes when I doodle, I find myself letting things out that I actually genuinely feel, but sometimes it's just random fun. Here are just some random doodles from my past. Another thing, makeup. Maybe it's from your parents' collection, maybe you decide to buy some, maybe you just have some lying around. Why not just have some random experimental fun with some makeup? Why the heck not? Great. The next thing you could do is thrift shop. I'm a huge advocate for that. When you thrift, you could honestly just go to look around, to just be in a different environment. Or if you're low-key interested in fashion, thrift shopping has really helped me personally express my fashion sense. I remember when I first got into thrift shopping, it was where I really started to let myself wear what I really wanted to wear. And no, I didn't go full dive into it. I just integrated some pieces. I started to love what I was wearing. And there's one aspect of it. When you just start loving what you're wearing even, Of course, there's that aspect of, oh my goodness, people are gonna judge me, people are gonna stare at me, but once you get into it, you really don't care at all, you know, you just do not care. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. You grow to not care less and less and less, and I honestly, I still care sometimes, but from now compared to then, I care much less. So go thrifting, it helps the environment too. The next thing is maybe you wanna start setting some goals for yourself. You're like, I'm done with this ditch. I'm a self-motivating human. I can freaking do this. Why not just set some goals for yourself? Even if it's just, I'll work out tomorrow. Maybe it's, you know what, I'm gonna really try this upcoming school year. Set some goals, miniature, major, whatever it is, and make sure you do proper planning for those goals. Don't just set them and then leave them to the side. Have them be meaningful and things that you genuinely really want to pursue. The next thing is working out. I love running. I'm an odd human. I get it. Not a lot of people love running, but I love it so much. Throughout many years of my life, I have gone on runs, gone on walks to literally just clear my head. I found myself thinking way too much, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna drop everything, put on my running shoes, and go for a run, go for a walk, put in some music maybe, and just keep going. Just think about my run. Think about what I'm doing at the moment. I'm a huge advocate for physical activity. You gotta put some in your life. Walking is one of the best things, honey bun. If honestly running, you're like, F that. Walk, go outside. That's another small thing, to just breathe in some fresh air and get out of your stuffy little home. My room is genuinely kind of stuffy sometimes. The next thing is my favorite thing. My absolute favorite thing, hands down. It doesn't matter if I'm sad or if I'm on top of this freaking earth. It's my favorite thing. Sing it out, dance it out, blast some music, or put some music in some headphones. Whether it's some of your current favorite music or it's a throwback. Throwbacks are always a good idea. In your bedroom alone, because you know what? You're alone, I'm alone. Put on some music and just sing it out. Whether it's a slow song that really just you connect with right now. You bring me home. Or it's a hype, upbeat, ready to get you going song. Let go, get up and hit the dance floor. And you just want to forget about whatever the frick's going on right now. Just sing it out, dance it out, let your limbs fly, honey bun. So sing it out, dance it out, do what you gotta do, honey bun. Do what you gotta do. That's really all I have for this video. Feeling like nothing is something that is so oddly unexplainable. Like I can't, like, it's really hard to explain. Just two little notes. Everyone's different and not all of these things are gonna work for you. Maybe everything works for you, maybe some work for you, maybe none work. Once again, I am no professional. I'm just a teenage girl being like, hey, I felt this way, and maybe y'all feel this way too, especially it being summer. If you have enjoyed this video, I've been posting so many other videos this summer, but yeah, maybe that's another thing. If you've always wanted to get into YouTube, do it. Get into it. I know there's so many things that you think about that stop you, but maybe you just want to just throw yourself at it. Once again, you'll never know how much you matter to yourself. I love y'all so much. So much. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in a little bit.